Hello and welcome to the RCSLT Student to NQP Day. My name's Kathleen Graham. I'm a speech and language therapist and senior project manager at RCSLT, and I'm here to talk to you about your transition from student to NQP within eating, drinking and swallowing, which is otherwise known as dysphagia. There have been some major changes to students with regards to eating, drinking and swallowing. Namely, by 2026, all students must have completed their pre-registration EDS training before they graduate. Some of you may have been involved in the pilot of this, or some of you may have already successfully completed all of these competencies. Others may not have as much experience within EDS, or others may have completed the RCSLT 2014 Level C dysphagia competencies prior to graduation. What you need to know is that no matter what stage you are at the moment, after graduating, if you choose to work in a role where EDS is required, we are currently producing a new competency framework to align to your development within this area. The competency framework is currently out for consultation, therefore we do not have a final completed version of it, but we are hoping that the final version will be live by March 2025. The proposed competency framework has 5 levels, which range from foundation, proficient, enhanced, advanced, and expert level. Within your NQP role, if EDS is required within your role, you would look to complete your foundation level competencies. At this level, each competency must be signed off by an EDS competent SLT. The competencies are either adult or paediatric. If you work across both disciplines or you work in an area of transitions, for example, young adults within adult learning disability, you should have a discussion with your supervisor as to which is the most appropriate competency framework to use. Please note that at a foundation level, the adult and paediatric frameworks only exist within this level. From proficient onwards, they merge into one. This is because at a foundation level, the competencies required are very specific to the client group. Each competency should be evidenced and signed off by your supervisor. There's a lot of carryover from the pre-registration EDS competencies, and the reason for this was we wanted to make sure that your competencies within the area that you've chosen to work are matched. You may have had a lot of competency within adult neurology, but then go into a role within paediatrics and have not as much experience there. So it's really to firm up the foundation of your EDS knowledge. By the end of completing all the foundation competencies, then you will move into the proficient level. And proficient is where you start to work autonomously with your service users. You still have supervision. At the proficient level, you will see what you need to do to fill out the breadth of area and experience. And this continues throughout your career, right up to expert level, who are international speech and language therapists who are completing groundbreaking work and research on EDS and related areas. Not everyone needs to reach this level. You need to decide which level you want to achieve, and the framework is very much a pathway to help you develop both the breadth and the scope of what you do, but also to support you to develop into potential future roles and advancement. We want to make sure that you feel confident and happy with the competency framework and that it's really a tool to help support your development. The foundation level is not linked to your NQP competency framework. It sits separately, but you may be completing it at the same time as your NQP competencies if it's part of your role. If you have already completed your pre-registration EDS competencies, you will still need to complete your foundation level. As I said, this is to firm up your knowledge within this area. However, it's likely that you would go through this area quite quickly. If you've completed the RCSLT 2014 Level C competencies, then you would be graduating beyond the foundation level, so you do not have to complete foundation level. What you do need to do is map your skills from proficient level and above. So proficient level and above does not require sign-off. It's autonomous decision making, and it's really a tool to support you to develop in your journey as an EDS trained clinician. It is not a check-off. However, there may be other competency frameworks that you need to refer to, for example, video fluoroscopy or FEES, neonatal competencies, that you might need to do in addition to the EDS competencies. It's really key that you understand that during your NQP year is when you have the opportunity to really grow and develop as a clinician. It's very different when you're a student and you know the responsibility for the management of your caseload falls to your supervisor. However, when you move into an NQP role, it's really important that you take responsibility for your professional development and your supervision. So bringing the issues that you have to your supervision for your clinical aspects within EDS. Which are the areas that you feel more confident in? Which areas do you need more support in? And how would you like that to develop, and what would you like it to look like? For example, would you like to spend more time shadowing more senior colleagues? Do you like to get stuck in early and have supervision from them rather than viewing what they do? Work together with your supervisor to understand what you need. Some organisations may require you at this stage to complete a postgraduate qualification in EDS to be able to autonomously work in dysphagia. Currently, these courses bring you to your level C in the 2014 Dysphagia Competency Framework. But as the new competency framework is released, these courses are likely to develop and change to address this need. And also because of the pre-registration training, they're likely to grow and develop as well. If you've got any concerns or questions about EDS, how it fits in with your current or future roles, roles that you'd like to apply for, or how you can start your journey within EDS, please feel free to contact me. My email address is kathleen.graham@rcslt.org. Thank you for listening. Please feel free to join my drop-in session to ask any questions.